Hi, my name is Monica. Welcome to my channel. So I basically have started my own hair extension line. It's been the craziest journey of my life. And so this is my very first vlog of just documenting the whole process and what it's been like. A few days ago, I was laying down, just really thinking about the whole process and how far I've come since I started my company. And that was about 2 years ago when I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I just thought it would be really cool, one, to look back at in a few years and see exactly the progress I've made. And also for anybody else out there who's trying to start a business and you're like, oh my God, like this is so much work, and you're realizing how much work it really is. Yeah, you're not alone, and just stick with it. Do not give up, because I will not give up. And it has been a really, really crazy experience. So this is day one. I'm gonna release this video every Tuesday, and this is just gonna be like unscripted, totally me just having a conversation with you and really just talking about the challenges and also the really good things that are happening. So 2 years ago, I was really, really irritated with just the extensions that I was getting. And so I decided to research how I could get really, really good hair. Well, long story short, I found a company that I really wanted to work with, and I started wearing Vietnamese hair. And my clients kept complimenting me. I work as a hairstylist, and they kept complimenting me on how nice my hair was. And I was like, you know what? Cha-ching, like I need to start marketing this. And I didn't want to be just another hair company. So my whole approach was that I was doing a product that was a little bit different. So if you're hearing an alarm sound and I'm in downtown, that's what that annoying sound is, which is really obnoxious. But anyways, so yeah, I wanted to do something that was different. And my whole thing was I'm going to do Vietnamese hair because I know that's really, really different, and that's really marketable because it's something that isn't already tapped into. And there's just this whole, scam basically going on with hair extensions. And a majority of the big name companies they get all their hair from China, and then they market it as different countries. And a majority of the women whose hair I would do would get their hair from like Bellamy or the Hair Shop or other companies like that, and they would always be really unhappy. So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that I was going to be probably fighting like a really big organization or company or market, and it was just little old me in my apartment. So I started out with one vendor that was pretty good. I in my heart, as a salesperson and as a business owner, was not really that happy with this company. I wasn't really impressed with the products that they had, and my heart wasn't completely in it. But I ordered a huge, large sample that I'm gonna actually go get right now. What I have learned is to order a large sample of the product that you want to sell, just to make sure that the product is good, that it's going to be, so that you know what exactly you're selling. So my dad had two companies before, and so he was willing to help me because he's really into entrepreneurship and just really like making sure that it's run well. So I already kind of had someone that was helping me invest. I didn't want to really borrow money because I didn't want to be in more debt. So that's who I had funding my business. So I found a vendor that was Vietnamese hair. I liked the hair. I loved the hair. I like I said before, there were some things I didn't like, but I was willing to work with it. So I get this huge box of hair, and like it's like a bunch of little samples, and I mean, it's like sample after sample of hair extensions, enclosures, and things that I'm never gonna use. So I've just got this hair just sitting here. I don't even know what to do with it. And what I did was order like 8 inches of everything. And it was good hair. I was really, really happy with it. I was happy with the package. But one thing that I realized was, one, I didn't know what people were gonna order. So I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew and order all this hair that was gonna sit there if I didn't know what the market really wanted. So my plan has been to order the hair through them once the order is actually placed. But one thing I didn't have was a website. So instead of making a website, I went straight to Instagram. So I made an Instagram and I took pictures. At the time, since I was so just excited about the whole process, I didn't really think about, I need to be this way and that way and look this way and that way and just be super perfect. I didn't think about that because to me, I was like, I'm just trying to be super authentic and original and start this business the best way I know how. Well, that lasted for about a year. I was also going through a lot of transitional stuff. I was living in Los Angeles. I was waiting to get my apartment. And so I had a lot of distractions and I fell off. I took a bunch of product pictures. I don't think I have any of those pictures anymore. But the crazy thing is that I got so many followers from that one time, but I didn't have I didn't have the experience to know exactly what I was gonna do. So I set up the Instagram. I took a bunch of pictures in my dad's living room of me just like playing with the hair and going like this with it just to show people. And that went pretty well. You know, I was pretty happy with that. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be super genuine. It's just me selling hair. But then I quickly realized that I was going to need to, well, in my head, I thought I want to be a little bit more professional. And I knew I was going to be a little bit more professional. So I stopped the Instagram completely and I was like focused on a website. Well, in this time, I was also in cosmetology school and I did the pricing, I set up everything. I just had such a drive to get it organized. And I did, you know, I researched good vendors. And I had already done all that legwork. I found the vendor. I had the prices all set up. It was really expensive hair and good quality hair. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the hair expensive. I'm gonna make a bunch of money. I'm gonna be a millionaire in like 6 months. Watch. Well, so skipping ahead, I obviously life happened and I dropped all that. I didn't really pursue the website or the Instagram. The Instagram literally just died. I wouldn't even check it. I would just I don't even know what happened to half the followers that I had. I might still have, they might be the same followers. Who knows? But either way, I definitely, I put a lot of money into that in that one first phase. And I think that businesses go in phases. So that was definitely phase one of just the idea and the excitement and like just trying to get it out there. And so I had even put together some little like cards, some little flyers, which I'm gonna go get. I made these and I was going to hand them out. So this was like the little copy I made. Just a second, my dog thinks this is a game and I'm like, do not walk around because I can't hear. Hang on, she keeps going back and forth. So, sorry. So these are the flyers that I made and you know, I was gonna hand them out and I had this whole thing set up. And I feel like because I didn't have the block of looking a certain way and being a certain way, I was just pumping out ideas. My head hadn't gotten in my way. So I was just pumping out ideas. I was just doing whatever, you know, and you know, it says, welcome to the club, specializing in Vietnamese hair, the real high-end hair, 8 to 32 inches, no tangling, no shedding. All bundles are double drawn, single donor, straight, wavy, curly, ombre 613, closures, frontals, free part, bundles starting at $79.50. I mean, I put all this out. I came up with, my mind was not in my way. So I wasted so much money. I threw those away, by the way. I just kept one as a memory, but I wasted a bunch of money and had these, and I had the Instagram. That fell through. I was gonna focus on the website. That fell through. 2 years go by, I'm in school, and sorry. So I'm in school, everything's really getting complicated. I can't really focus on school. Focus on my business. So 2 years go by and I decide that I am going to really get on this business thing. And my dad was even asking me, like, this was like $1,000 worth of hair. He's like, I ordered $1,000 worth of hair. Sorry, I had to like chase my dog. And you're not doing anything with it. So like, what's going on? So I was like, you know what? Okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when I was starting the website the first time, I did have a website, but I wasn't able to sell anything on it. So it was just a visual, and it was called Shopify. And Shopify does not allow you to sell hair through their website. You have to get a third party in the middle person that's gonna sell the hair to the people, which was like so complicated and so above my head that I was like, I can't. But Shopify was really easy to edit. So I set the website up myself. I wasn't that impressed with it because I thought that if I had a professional, it would look better. But I was like, you know what? I'll just get this up. So going back 2 years later, I take the website down. I stop my Shopify membership. I stop the Instagram. And I realized that, you know what? I'm going to invest money in having someone design the website on Wix. And I'll get to the Instagram after, but let me just focus on the website so I can have a proper launch. Well, I paid $500 to have this guy design the website. And he basically set up like the Google words so that it would actually show up. And he set up other things like that. Sorry. So he set up the things like the Google search, and so it would show up in the Google words, and he set up all those things, which was really good. But what I didn't have was actual pictures, the product pictures. So what he did was use stock photos. And that's another thing. So I recommend, I really wish that, if you want to just get started, yeah, stock photos work. But I really, 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 really recommend taking your time and just saving up the money, and first the website and the product photos. It's so important because people are not responding to the stock photos that I have. People are going to the website. I've had legitimate like 2 sales off of advertising, which I'll go into, but I'm not getting a response because of the stock photos. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is because I talked to a woman who does work in sales and she was like, it's the stock photos. So yeah, he set up the website. It was a pain in the ass because he had never done a hair site before. And that's another thing. If I could do it again, I would find a web designer that I could sit down with and actually tell him what I wanted. Because what I was doing was on Wix, we were text messaging and he would show me what he did and I'd show him what I wanted to change and he'd show me what he did and he'd show me what he wanted to change. It took us like 5 months to do that fucking website, which should not have taken that long. So he sets up the website. I'm like, it's not really what I want, but it works. It's something. And so I'm like, cool, I've got the website, I've got the stock photos, and I've got my hair, because I was ordering hair for myself, but my brain hadn't gotten to that phase yet. So this is phase 2 of, beginning to realize the severity of organization for me. So phase 2 was actually having a better website and knowing that I needed to do stock photos and knowing that I needed to have an Instagram. So I started to realize that there was certain mechanical aesthetic things, whatever the word is. I was starting to realize there was certain things I just needed to have. And now my brain was moving past the concept and more into like tangible, technical things. So this was about a year ago. I was still in Los Angeles, and so I was still in Los Angeles, and the guy, let's just put it this way. I went through Wix to have them design my website. I will never do that again. He ended up disappearing on me, and he acted like he answered the phone and then hung up the phone. So I was like, you know, I sent her a text and I was like, you know, you are the worst person I've ever worked with. I should have never hired you. I gave you $900. I'm sorry, it wasn't 5, it was 9. And honestly, it's like, you live and you learn. So that's been that experience. Minus all the boring details, that's pretty much been the experience. So right now I do have a website. I have been on my Instagram pretty religiously since the lockdown. Right now we have COVID-19, so I've been on my Instagram pretty religiously. And now I actually am working with a very different vendor. So the vendor I had before only had weft hair, which is this, is when the weft is like that. And so now I have somebody who has what I wanted to focus on, because my clients don't really wear weft hair. They wear keratin extensions. So that is basically this. That's when the beads. So I have the keratin, I have the clip-in, and I also have tape-in. And I don't really want to take it out because I leave it in these plastic bags. But one of my ideas, and honestly, I'm not worried about anybody taking my idea, because honestly, you'd have to find my vendor, and my vendor is really good. And there's plenty of money out there, and there's plenty of people out there for us to all make a little bit of money. So if I can help you, I'm happy. And if you are inspired by this, I'm happier. You know what I mean? Like, we can all be successful in this. So, I keep my stuff in these bags right now because I don't want them to get damaged. I don't want to be touching them, and I have them labeled. And so where I'm at today. Today I have been really getting more into the social media, and for me, I'm at the age, I'm the MySpace generation. So for me, I don't really understand Instagram. I know if you're younger, you're like, how could you not? But it's very different from the type of interaction that I'm used to. With MySpace, it's like you're not there to advertise or to get attention. You're there to show how much of an individual you are, which I'm not knocking Instagram. I freaking love Instagram, and I love the Kardashians, and I love, you know, being a blonde bombshell bimbo. So I'm all about like looking cute and hot and all that. But I don't speak the language. I don't speak the Instagram, like, hashtags. And mind you, like, I just went on to Instagram when it was the way it is now. I don't know what it was like before. I'm new to Instagram. I've only been on Instagram for about 9 months. And that was really solely for the business. I wouldn't even start a hair page, personal hair page, for the longest time. And so my friends were like, there's no way you can expect to be successful and not have an Instagram, which is totally not true, but that's a whole nother story. So, business-wise though, yes, it will. Honestly, the place I'm at today, I don't need a website, because if I had just focused on Instagram, I could do all my business off Instagram and do payment through PayPal. People today are so much more trusting, and they are so like all about word of mouth, that if I just put all that money into promoting and setting up a bomb Instagram, honey, I believe I would have made so much more money than all the work I put myself through. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, you live and you learn. So where I'm at today. Today I have these bags that I ordered. I actually ordered them for 2 clients that I had. Like I said, I had 2 customers so far. The very first day I moved to San Francisco, I got a customer. Literally, I woke up the next morning and someone bought something. I didn't even know what the sound was. I was in shock. I was like, oh my God, somebody bought something. And I was just in shock, and I packaged up her stuff. I texted the lady. So I have a really good personal relationship with my vendor. So I send her a message and I say, hey, blah, 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 blah. And she sends me the hair, and I, in turn, send it out. So a majority of these vendors, you need to order large amounts. I have already established a really good relationship with her and have ordered so much hair for myself that now I can just order single options. So just keep that in mind. If you want to start a hair business, you do have to make a certain investment of money before they will just send you one order. And she knows I have a website set up. She knows I'm legit. I've spent at least $2,000-$3,000 on hair for myself, for me to wear, so I could see if it was good. So, you know, I've got a really, really, really good relationship with this woman. She's really nice. And so the one order I had was for these tape-ins. And I've kind of humbled myself and really taken a back seat to trying to make money this fast, because I'm just like, you know what? Let me just build I want to build a brand. So let me just slow down and see what's working and what's not. So this lady ordered this hair. The one customer, the very first customer I had when I moved to San Francisco, she ordered these tape-ins. And I'm not even trying to sell this right now. This hair is so good. So she ordered these tape-ins, which are 4C straight, and they're really cute. They have like really small. So she ordered, how much did she order? So when she ordered her hair, I don't remember exactly how much she ordered, but when she ordered her hair, I ordered hair with it because it saves on the shipping and handling. So I ordered a second shipment of whatever people order, so I know what's popular. And so I know that this is a color that's gonna sell. So I have this as a sample to show people, which I will explain why I have these samples and what I'm gonna do with that. But that's the 4C, and then I had another client. Oh, I actually ended up getting rid of all that. So I had another client who ordered our 24C tape-ins. Tape-ins have been really popular. I don't know why, but tape-ins have been severely more popular than the keratin. So I'm thinking, this is also really helpful for me because as I'm talking, I'm thinking. So the keratin, I'm definitely gonna stick to just one color of 1B because it hasn't been really that popular yet. But what I'm focusing on is the tape-ins. And so I do have I ordered this also just for myself because I was gonna try put it in my hair. So I also have the 1B, and I have the 4C tape-ins, and I have the 60C, but I got rid of all that. I already used it and I sold it to her. So those were 2 sales that I had actually through my website, through organic advertising, that I didn't know those people. 2 sales. So I've made about, because my prices aren't that high, I haven't made that much because I'm just trying to get the word out. So what I decided to use was these little thank you bags from Amazon, because I didn't want to invest too much in boxes because I just didn't, for some reason, starting a business, I'm like, my brain can't go past a certain level until I make a mistake. Who knows why, but it's just like that. So these are the little thank you bags I got. I have a bunch, so those are all set and ready to go, just in case. So that's that. And then I ordered these cards that I can stick with each purchase. So it just says, like, you know, just keeps it really simple, but it just, and then it says, what does it say? Okay, so it says, thank you for your order. Tag us in your selfies, Urban Elegance _extensions, and then Urban Elegance Beauty Extensions. So this is the cards, and I ordered those with Vistaprint, super, super simple. Like I said, all of these are stock photos, so I'm gonna go into that later, but that's where I'm at today. So I have really been trying to get the things like this, like a ring light and things like that to shoot with. And I have a really good friend who is helping me with like the creative direction, who is like a young person and a whiz with Instagram and has totally changed everything for me. So I really recommend, if you have a friend to bounce ideas off of, do that. I've also been listening to a lot of online marketing podcasts, and Boss Babe is a really good Instagram. They have like a network that I haven't been able to join because it's expensive, but they have a really good network on how to market for Instagram, which is, like, I'm telling you, if you're gonna start a business and you're gonna go on Instagram, take a course, research it, because the algorithm is a mind fuck. So is the algorithm for YouTube. The algorithm is a mind fuck, but the best thing I can recommend is just research. And when you post something, this lady said this yesterday, she said, when you post something, forget about it. Because your confidence level is gonna be, you're just gonna be so questioning whether or not you look good and all that, that you're gonna be like, should I have posted it? Should I have posted it? I don't know, is anybody gonna like it? just post it and forget about it. You're gonna learn, you're gonna make mistakes. It's not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. And being okay with that has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Because for a minute I was really stuck on it not looking good and I wasn't doing anything. A week ago I posted a picture of myself, and that's also something that I've heard a lot of the online marketing people saying, that people these days want to see a vulnerability to your company. They want to see who's behind the company. They want to feel like they can relate to you, and they want to feel like there's a person behind the organization. And in a way, that's a really good thing, because, you know, I'm the face of my company. But also in a bad way, it's like I just moved into my apartment and have like literally nothing. Like I have this and that. That's the only thing, and my dresser and my TV over there and my bed. So I have a studio. It's really expensive, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. So it's like, but I'm filming it. I'm just like, it's been trial and error though. And it's been like falling down and being like, you know what? I fell down so many times. It can't get any worse. It can only go up from here. And I've gotten so much more of a response on Instagram and YouTube when I'm just myself, and when I show that vulnerability, than I ever did when I was trying to pretend that I was a successful company when I only had 3 posts, when I only had 200 followers. Right now I have 200 followers, and I've gotten so many followers off of just following a lot of the tips I've gotten from these people. You know, I really believe that, you know, there is something to paying attention to the algorithm and all that works with Instagram. I don't want this video to get too long right now, because I feel like, you know, at a certain point I start rambling, so I need to just really like keep myself on check. But you know, I will say that it's been getting better. It's been really slowly getting better, but it has been getting better. And I think that I'm just gonna continue to stay positive, and I'm gonna continue to treat this like a full-time job. And when I go back to work, it's gonna be really challenging, but I have to remember that I'm only going to get out of it what I put into it. And that has been proven time and time again, that no, if I put everything into it, I get so much more back. So I'm at 200 followers. What I did on Instagram is follow people. I followed all these people, and I was following like 400 people. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not putting any more effort into following people so they'll follow me. I'm not doing that. I am not following more people than that are following me. And that might sound selfish, but I think that comes from my MySpace days. I don't believe I should be following more people than are following me, period. So I won't follow more than 50 people. So if I'm following 150, if I have 200 people following me, which I do right now, I'm only following 150. If I have 400 people following me, I'm only following 350. I'm not going more than that, because I feel like at that point, it's just not good marketing and it doesn't look good, and I wouldn't follow someone. Maybe I would, but you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't need to give it away. I can just be humble and have a few followers. So I was following people for a while, and I unfollowed a bunch of people because I'm just like, I'm seeing too much on my newsfeed that I don't care about, and it's distracting me. So what I'm doing instead is following main companies, big companies that I actually respect, that I genuinely respect, like Gucci, Chanel, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner. I love the Kardashians. I love Kim Kardashian. I'm not that big of a fan of Kylie, but I think it's good to know about what's going on with her product because it's so popular. And I do think that her business model is definitely the direction that the business world is going. So I do want to stay informed, but I'm also following like Louis Vuitton. I'm following really big companies, and that's pretty much it. I'm following famous hairstylists. That's pretty much it. And if I see somebody who genuinely really stands out to me that I really want to follow, then I will follow you. I'm not like, there's a few influencers that I think look really fun and I follow them, but I'm not gonna just be following everybody, because half the time they're not following me back, and then the other half of the time they're following me back, but they're not even liking my pictures. So why? No, I would rather spend that time finding organic people who choose to follow me, not because they owe me for following them, but because they actually find an interest in my page. I'm looking for customers and clients that are going to stay with me and make me a lifestyle. I'm not looking for anybody that wants one purchase and then wants to disappear and never come back again, because I feel like that's not good customer service, and that doesn't mean I have a good product. And for me, the integrity of being a good salesperson is so important. Maybe it's from my early days. My first job was at Macy's, and I learned very fast that customers are everything. Customer service is everything. The customer is never wrong. Even when they're wrong, they're never wrong. And on top of that, the product needs to be good. The product will sell itself when it's good. So for me, I'm really just trying to stay positive and get out of my own head. On Instagram, what I've started doing is making a schedule of the things that I'm going to post. And that has been very slow. I was telling this guy that I'm dating, like, I don't know what it is about me. I want to make money. I want to be rich. I want to have this company, but I don't push myself the way that I know I should. And I've heard, I think that if I pushed myself 100%, I would be doing so much better. I'm only pushing myself about 65%. In all honesty, I'm only pushing myself about 65%. So a few things that I've learned on Instagram that I'll just share with you guys is, one, to follow 10 people. In your feed, I leave a comment of at least 10 people every day. At least 3 lines if I can, and if not, I do some kind of comment just to stay active on people in my feed. And now that my feed is on Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Gucci and all those things that I actually like, it's a lot easier to leave comments. Before I was just like, what do I comment about? I'm not really interested. I'm a hairstylist. I can only see so many balayages before I'm just not impressed anymore. So and then I also post regularly on my story, and I post other people's pictures. And I leave a comment before I do, and I tell them how much I like the picture, and then I just repost it on my story. For now, that's what I'm doing. And also I am posting at least 2 posts a day. Now I'm doing 3 posts a day because I've changed the design layout of my Instagram, and I will try to have something pop up here that will show what it looks like now. I've downloaded a lot of the Instagram apps, like the Instagram feed, the grid, and different things like that. And I have noticed that it makes a difference. I've gotten a lot more attention with those posts. And also I'm using a photo editor that blurs the background of my photos because my aesthetic isn't that nice right now. And also, now that I think about it, I'm just like, I don't really need people in my business. I don't need you to know where my pictures are in my apartment. So that's pretty much what I'm doing on Instagram. And also, so this morning I really realized that I need to explain myself a little bit more. I was assuming that people knew what Vietnamese hair is and why it's so special. So right now I'm kind of just I think that I've gotten less anxious about posting, and it doesn't need to be this witty catchphrase, and I'm just being real. So I'm talking about Vietnamese hair and what's going on with that. So let me tell you guys something really funny. I don't know what it is. I don't know if people in China are after me or what, but they are always on my site. At the most random times, they go to my website, because my website, I can see everybody that goes to my website and the location. And I get someone from China at least once or twice a week. And I'm this morning I was thinking ooh, am I gonna have the Chinese mafia after me? Because I'm saying some things that could really, if I stick with it and get enough, PR and get enough hype around it, I could really take the Chinese extension industry down, because I'm not afraid to say that it's a scam and that the hair is a bunch of bullshit and it's not meant to last more than 6 months, and companies like Bellamy and the hair shop are their hair comes from China. I've been told by the woman who's the manager at the hair shop that the hair comes from China. And I went to an interview. I didn't get that job. Maybe she figured that's why I was asking, but I mean, that is why I was asking. I was trying to infiltrate their system and figure out how they work. But yeah, the hair comes from China and it's not that good. And a lot of the practices that happen in China are just completely just disgusting, like blood on the hair. It's just absolutely insane. And I think if people knew, then they wouldn't buy it. So they keep, it's so funny. I always get someone from China is constantly going to my website and they follow you on Instagram. So it's like, you know, what can I do about it, right? Actually, now that I think about it, I might go block some of these pages that are some of these places from China. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with that. It's been a lot of work. But you know, I feel a lot better now that I have this vlog, because I felt like I was just holding so much in and I was getting so frustrated and I didn't have anywhere for the emotion to go. And I really enjoy the whole experience of owning my own business. And I just really need to like figure out what direction I want to go in, and really having a lot more confidence in myself. For a while, I was just really not confident in my decisions, and I feel like I've always been a really creative person, but I just wasn't confident in my choice of aesthetic or colors. And I was like, well, let me go see what this company has, and I've stopped doing that. I don't look at any other companies anymore, and I trust myself and I trust my artistic vision. And the way I see it is that people who are interested in it will come, and the people who aren't, there's a billion, like I said, there's a billion other people out there doing the same thing as me that they can go to. And I'm going to be authentic to myself, because that's the only thing I can do really well, is be myself. I'm very glam. You can't tell right now, but I'm very, very glam. I'm very into rhinestones and like blonde hair and just being super girly and almost kind of like campy, girly, over the top, campy Paris Hilton kind of thing. And I like that. I really, really, really like it. And I'm not gonna try to pretend to be something I'm not and try to be super like, you know, simple and like minimalist and just cursive. No, like I like camp and I love drag queens. And honestly, once I get successful enough with this company, because I know it's gonna happen, I would love to have a drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race, either Tatiana or someone, maybe Raven, someone beautiful, be the face for my hair company. I would love that. I would absolutely freaking love it. So I don't know. I think that's enough for me right now, and I will definitely be back next week. There will be a lot of different things that will happen in a week. There's still a lot of things that are happening right now that I just haven't really gotten into because I'm still waiting for them all to develop. Sorry. The police are like chasing somebody in the cop car. Like, can't you just let the person steal so I can do my video? Like, come on. I think things are going really good. I think things are gonna get better. I'm gonna stick with it. And let me see, is there anything else I've forgotten? No, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is my video number 1 for my vlog of I started my own business, or brand new entrepreneur. I don't know the name of this vlog yet, but this is the very first video. That is basically where I'm at today on Instagram, really just trying to figure it out. I'm still learning the language. So if you have any comments about what you've seen or any suggestions, or if you just thought something I said, like you could totally relate because you're trying to start your own business too, please leave me a comment. I would love and really appreciate hearing from other people going through this, because sometimes I feel like when I'm sitting in my studio, especially on this lockdown, I feel like I'm stupid. And I feel like some of the things I post are just really, really dumb. And it would help to just have a bigger community of people who kind of, whatever it is you're selling, whether it's a dating site or whatever, if you're going through it, I would love to hear from you. If you got anything out of this page, or out of this video, please like down below. I would really appreciate if you liked it. Even if you didn't get anything, just like it. And subscribe. I will be having more videos. especially this vlog. This vlog is definitely a chance to just be a little bit of like therapy for me and for you and for everybody. And you know, if you're starting a business and you're having some issues, leave me a comment and I will happily give you some of the links of the things that I listen to that have helped me a lot. So without any more hesitation and distraction, I am gonna go walk my dog because I am a dog mom, and I'm going to take a break because I've already posted this morning. And yeah, just enjoy my day. Maybe go have an ice cream sandwich or something. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.